Hello from the jungles of Thailand, the deepest jungles, right in the back of the jungle. Or is it? No, actually, as it turns out, we're actually right in the middle of one of the main towns in Thailand, Trat. Very weird. Why is there a jungle right in the middle of the town? Let's have a look. Well, it really is a jungle. On the other side of this little river here, this river marks the center of the old town of Trat. And I don't know why there's a jungle on that side of the river. It's very strange. You can see there are really quite old buildings along this riverside promenade. It's all very strange. And I know back in the old days, France controlled Trat for a while, and also Chantaburi, because this part of Thailand is next to Cambodia, and France controlled Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, and they had a few conflicts with Thailand, and they took bits of land at different points in time. Yeah, so back in the day, Trat was a trading post. There would have been boats coming up the river here from the nearby sea, the nearby Gulf of Thailand. Let's head in here and have a look at the old main street, which used to be the main one running just off the river here. So boats would have pulled up there and unloaded stuff directly in the old times, and people would have come from as far away as China and India and maybe Arabia and who knows where, and eventually Europe, of course. So I assume the coastline has probably receded further away from this town since then, so the river's probably a bit smaller than it used to be. Maybe not as wide. Maybe that's why there's jungle on one side now. Maybe there used to be more water over on that side. So I really love these kinds of little old towns in Thailand. Hello. Oh, so a long time ago, the boats would have unloaded stuff along the river there. This would have been the main market street. They could have unloaded straight into the back of the buildings on the right and basically put the stuff up for sale. In fact, here's a picture that shows what it might have been a bit like in those times. Pretty cool. It's a quiet little backwater of a place now, but it's very cute. So as I mentioned earlier, Thailand has a number of towns like this, and they're not on most foreigners' list of places to visit, but they're really quite charming. And normally there's always a bit of old wooden architecture around, sometimes very, very nice stuff. as well. Sometimes quite simple stuff, but it can be really lovely and charming. Hello. Hi. Hello. Nice to see you today. Hello. Plenty of interesting places, and it has a lot of character. The stay at artist place, it says. Okay, interesting. And another picture there, quite interesting as well. So a little bit of street art around. Looks like it's, you know, official street art, but it's nice. I like it. Here's a bit more. Pretty cool. There's a nice museum in this town as well, I've heard. I can't say I've actually seen it so far yet, but I've heard it is a good one if you want to know more about the region. So you see there's a gateway here because this street is the main one of interest, let's say. But not the only one of interest. You know, these kind of little towns in Thailand that don't see so many foreigners, in my opinion, you know, they're quite often the nicest places to visit. They're more authentic, just relaxed, friendlier. When you hang out in the places that are really popular with tourists, you find those are the places that attract the worst kinds of people who basically come from all over the country. You know, people from this country and of course foreign people too, who are not really the best types of people, because basically they're the kind of people who are there for the wrong reasons, let's put it that way. And we're not going to talk about scams too much in this video. If you've seen some of my Bangkok videos, you might have heard that I mentioned some of the scams in Thailand, but we don't need to go into that here. This place is laid back. If you want to decompress, this is the kind of place to chill out a bit. And as I mentioned, this is the eastern part of Thailand. So Trat is the gateway to the really beautiful islands in the east part of Thailand, in the center eastern part. They call it the eastern seaboard, not to be confused with the southeast coast. So this is the gateway to those islands. Only about 40 minutes away from here, you can get on a boat to Chang, Kood, Komak, and some other very charming little islands as well. Some of the nicer ones in Thailand. So the thing is, most foreigners just whiz through here on the way to those islands. Which, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really. If people had a bit more time, they'd be well advised to take a night here, just to keep their energy up and relax, feel good, and then head to those islands. Or the other thing people quite often come through here for is to head through to Cambodia. So basically from here it's 1 hour to the border of Cambodia, the Hat Lek border crossing, where you cross over into Cambodia, into the Kood district or region of Cambodia, which is an interesting place too. I can't say I've seen any French influences here, but maybe this could be connected with the French. I'm not really sure. But like I said earlier, the French controlled this region for a while. In Chanthaburi, which is 1 hour away, there's a French church right in the middle of the old town. And I think that's about the only thing remaining from the French time. And maybe it's really the only major thing from the French time in this part of Thailand. I'm not sure. There must be a few other buildings, probably some private houses. Now it's probably possible to get some kind of direct bus from Bangkok that goes all the way through to Phnom Penh from this way, going through this way. But I would think, you're really missing out if you did that. If you can stop in along the way, there's a lot of nice places if you follow the coastal route from Bangkok to Phnom Penh. There's the coastal route and there's the inland route, which goes via Siem Reap or Battambang in Cambodia and goes north of here, like through Aranya Pratet. Now, this coastal route is starting to become the more popular one for a lot of people, and in the future I think it's going to become the main one. Because I know on the Cambodian side of the border, they're working on a big expressway, which is going to make it faster to come through this way. So that's something to think about. That's going to end up bringing more people through this way. But there are a few nice places to stop in along the way as you come along this coastline, I can say. And we'll be covering some more of those in future videos. So if you like this one, definitely watch out for the next ones coming up. Hello! What a nice dog! How cute! Love the hat. Where can I buy a hat like that? If I had a hat like that, would I be as cute as that dog? Could be worth it, right? Could be worth the investment. So there are a bunch of guest houses and plenty of places to eat and drink. Some very interesting guest houses from what I remember in the past. I think this building or one of these buildings here was a guest house run by a very old lady. I don't know, she was very old, so it might not be in business anymore. I stayed in there in an upstairs room that was like, whoo! I mean, the house was like really old, and looked like a place where backpackers had been staying there since like the 1960s, I would say. We're talking about all stripped down wood. You walk through the woman's kitchen to get to your room. So it's like you're walking through a private home. Really interesting. Very interesting indeed. And then you could see how she lived. That was a lot of fun, I thought. Okay, the room quality, well, the room was, for me, tolerable. But for me, definitely worth it for the experience. So the City Pillar Shrine is about half a block down here on the left. It looks pretty fantastical, kind of a Chinese style. We're not going to walk down there. We're gonna continue this loop of the oldest part of the town here. So you can see on the map there's a lake on the left side there. I've read in some guidebooks and online that some people recommend going there to have a look. I have checked it in past visits and it's really, to be honest, I think it's really not interesting, but yeah, not a particularly scenic spot. There's a gym to train Muay Thai for any people who want to become a human punching bag. No, it's a lot of fun, actually, stuff like that. Just kidding, I love all that kind of stuff. If you have a natural aptitude for it, then yeah. But if you don't, then it's a good idea to put a bit of effort into learning something about it, because it can save your life, right? All the different martial arts are definitely worth checking out. Just remember, they're called arts for a reason. Okay, so here's where we started, and we're gonna head through this little lane here, which goes right through the heart of the old town. Believe it or not, it's got like a field on the left side, and this is like a kind of main connector to the very center of the oldest part of the town, right? Funny, eh? Thailand, wow, but that's what makes it interesting. Another guest house here. So this cute little lane connects through to the other side of the loop we've just done. And if you keep going on the other side of this road here that we walked around a few minutes ago, keep on going through here, and then you come out to the next kind of era, architecturally speaking, of the town, where there's a bunch of kind of 1950s, 1960s type buildings that are completely unrenovated. There's some interesting stuff in there as well. Funny how people in this country have the habit to drive at you, or always try to cut in front or cut between you and a wall, when it would be just, I mean, really obviously easier to just go around you, especially when they're on a motorbike, right? Like, it's so easy for them. Just turn the handlebars like a tiny bit, right? But it's like this thing in Thailand, you know? And same when people walk in Thailand, it's just this natural reaction that just before they get up level to you, they suddenly want to cut in front of you and try to make a shortcut between you and the wall to your side there. I don't know what it is. It's a weird thing. I don't see that in other countries, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But just something interesting to note, an interesting observation. These are the kind of things that make places interesting. All right, so as you can see now, the architecture changes. But it's still quite interesting, right? The rain's getting stronger. Oh, and my umbrella's gone inside out. Okay, we're gonna come up on the footpath here. All right. This building looks pretty cool, like it could have been an old cinema maybe. It's hard to say. Now the rain's coming in full on. In the distance, you can just make it out. There's an old market. That's the old central market of Trat. And when I first came here, there were vans that dropped people off just on the side of that market. But I don't know if it's still like that now. Well, it is rainy season. I wouldn't want to be trying to take a boat over to the islands from this part of the coastline on a day like this. So if you find yourself waiting for a boat and the weather is like this, I would say get a room and wait until the weather clears, because boat safety in Thailand is notorious for various reasons which we're not going to go into now. Alright, I've just run across the road there. I had my umbrella, so it was right. And let's have a look in this building that looks like, I think it looks like it could have been an old cinema, but coming in here, I see it's actually a market. So, okay, that makes sense because it's next to the other market building. So this is really a kind of market area, this area around here then. Cool. Some dried shrimp there. It's got an upstairs area. It's quite an aroma in here, fishy aroma. We're very close to the sea. Oh, pig masks, if you want a pig mask. Here's the place to get one. To scare all your friends. Scare the kids before you put them to sleep, to bed, I mean, yeah, with a bedtime story. Here's some packed ready to go. If you want to make some Pink Floyd tribute videos or George Orwell kind of tribute art piece or something. It would be nice to find a spot at lunch if there is a food area where you can actually sit and eat something in here. There's a bit of basketware there. Oh, durian chips. Durian chips, very nice. I'm not a big fan of durian, but durian chips are really yummy. Machete, if you need to chop anything. Can be useful to have one in your backpack. Pair of fresh undies in case someone whips out the machete and kind of freaks you out a bit. Gumboots would be handy now, wouldn't they? Hey? I'm surprised everyone in Thailand doesn't go around in gumboots in the rainy season, but they prefer flip-flops. Oh, it's hosing down. Oh my gosh, it's getting stronger. I gotta back up here. The water's spraying all over me. I can't really get closer than this because the water's spraying inside really strongly. But this is what it's like in the tropics in the rainy season. I'll see if I can inch a bit closer without the camera getting soaked. Oh, cool. Looks like I found a part of the market where they have some food you can order and sit down and eat. It's time for a late lunch. Alright, I'm gonna check it. Some meat on the stick would be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go for some of that. Actually, I might have a quick look down here first for you guys. I'm going hungry now for you guys, you know, I'm holding out here. Okay, that's the end of the cooked food area. This is the fresh market area with the uncooked meat and fish and so on. The rain is slacking off a bit now. Gonna make a run for it along the side here. Hello. Thank you. So most people think it's not a good idea to visit parts of Thailand that have the monsoon or rainy season. It's not exactly the same time of year for every part of Thailand either. But actually it is really a good time to visit those places as long as you're not trying to get on a boat somewhere, right? Those times of year there's normally only rain for an hour or two each day. It's not a big problem. Can make it quite interesting actually, and there are not many travelers around in that time. Alright, so we made it outside the old market here. I'm gonna finish up from in front of the old market. I just saw a van went past. It makes me think some vans do still stop here. Interesting. Alright, maybe the van's from Canterbury, for example. Alright, so I'm gonna finish off here and just mentioning about transport. Yeah, it's easy to hop along the way. You can get transport direct to Canterbury and then to here, for example. Okay, I gotta finish. Gotta get out of the rain. See you guys later. Have a good one. Bye. The Trat bus station is well connected with the region and Bangkok. So it's easy to get around from here and easy to get to Kood Chang and the islands from here, of course. It's the gateway to the eastern islands.